Ladies and gentlemen, now yesterday I was having a bit of a think about the Abyss of Legends and some of the stuff that I really enjoyed in Abyss and some of the stuff that I just didn't enjoy too much. And it kind of got me thinking, if I was to design a challenge and nodes in this game, what would those nodes be, what would the challenge look like, and how could I make it really enjoyable, very skill based, a little bit challenging, and just very, very fun. So I came up with this challenge concept. I started writing down the nodes and I was like, I have to make a full challenge out of this. So Seatin's community beating is a challenge concept that I think if any Kabam devs are watching, man, load this up on the test server and I think you're gonna have so much fun with this because I think there are some really interesting ideas. But they're my ideas, man. I'm a little bit biased as well. So this challenge would have 6 bosses and 6 chapters, and the idea is 1 boss per chapter. Now, these bosses, health-wise, are absolutely huge. They have 5 million hit points, but there are 2 nodes that are going to work in your favor when fighting these bosses. Now, there would be a 500,000 damage cap just to prevent some cheesy one-shots or like Proxima Midnight, but still, it's a very, very big damage cap there, so there's a lot you can do with it. Also, Abyss attack values, so I don't want the attack to be crazy, and Abyss is actually lower in attack values than variant content and also Act 6. So I think the Abyss attack values are fairly fair as well. So the 3 nodes that I've come up with, the first one is called Adapt and Get Good. So performing 3 unique 4-hit combos in a row will award you with a 500% prowess passive for your next special attack, and this effect does not stack. So this kind of encourages a very alternate style of gameplay where you need to mix up your combos. You need to remember your previous 2 combos to make sure you do not repeat them and lose the 3 unique ones in a row. But if you can perform that and nail it, then you're going to get this crazy, crazy damage bonus on a special attack. And seeing those hyper-inflated yellow numbers, I think it's just going to be really satisfying. But on top of that as well, I have a secondary node called 100% skill-based. So every time you get a prowess from Adapt and Get Good or intercept the opponent, so there are 2 ways of generating this node. You generate a passive fury granting 10% attack for the rest of the fight. So even with like 5 million health pulls, even 4-star champions, if the player can intercept and just continue to smash out like these combos, is going to be able to deal with the 5 million health pool. So you can continually ramp the damage up with the Fury, and then again you've got this 500% prowess, like 5 timesing the damage on special attacks. A lot of maxed out 4-star champions with like 100% Fury, if they can get and ramp up there, are going to be able to just absolutely tear through some of the bosses that I have. So I really like the idea of just kind of this ramp up that's based on skill and alternate play style and kind of really shaking stuff up. So I think those 2 nodes are very fun, but also it being a challenge as well, I wanted to add in a bit of a skill-based enrage called F's in chat. So every time you get directly hit, you get 1 stack of F, and at 20 stacks of F, the emotional toll of your failures consumes you, instantly dealing 100% of your maximum health as deep emotional damage. So basically, when you get hit 20 times, you are dead there. And you can actually get hit a lot in the the Abyss of Legends, and still not die, so this kind of adds like an enrage timer to it. So I like that, and it's a skill-based enrage, and this kind of becomes a bit more relevant in the final 2 fights, but also against some of these various champions and bosses, can be like really, really punishing if you get clipped by certain special attacks as well. So I think those 3 nodes, man, it could make for a very, very fun time. So the bosses that I've chosen, and again, like, I'd like it to be in the format if this were to ever be a challenge, and I really, really hope that Kabam find this like a fun idea. But in Chapter 1, you have Squirrel Girl, so you just go and it's a 5 million health Squirrel Girl there, and the rewards as well are kind of per chapter, so every chapter that you do, these are just like theoretical rewards. So just for beating 1 boss, it's like 2,500 5-star shards, and also 250 6-star shards per chapter. So So overall, it would be 15k 5-star shards and 1,500 6-star shards. So again, just theoretical reward structure there. But also, you know, it rewards people for like getting as far as they can in this challenge, which I really like the idea and concept of. So chapter 1 would be Squirrel Girl. So Squirrel Girl is kind of the nice little entry into this challenge. She has some fairly new special attacks. Not everybody is fully comfortable fully evading her special 1, special 2. You also have the bleed on block. And yeah, I think she's like kind of the warm-up option, but also if you do fail on the special 2 evade with Squirrel Girl, then you're going to get a lot of Fs, man. You're going to get a really, really big stack there. So there's still that massive room for failure there. Also, Chapter 2 would be Silver Surfer. So Silver Surfer, you know, he's a little bit new, a little bit annoying to fight. People are still not used to fully countering his phasing on the heavies as well. And the special 1 evade, the special 2 evade can definitely trip people up there. So I think he would make a good secondary boss that people, you know, have a little bit of threat fighting, but still, you know, still get warmed up. Chapter 3 would be Stealth Suit Spider-Man. So he's a little bit difficult, a little bit tricky with that evade, and also like fully evading the special 2. So Stealth Suit Spider-Man, again, a little bit more to trip players up as they progress through this challenge here. And then Chapter 4, 5, and 6, we go with the harder champions. So we got Vision Arcus. So you need to bring a character that is immune to Cold Snap, has the ability to nullify, has armor break immunity, but I think this fight could be really enjoyable and very satisfying just to tear through like an absolutely massive Vision Arcus, and also playing a top Mystic champion like Dr. Doom, for example, because of the node where you want to generate the prowess. You're really going to have to think about how you want to mix up your combo in the standard rotation. So I think that could be a very interesting, very fun boss there. And then Chapter 5, the difficulty escalates even further with Nick Fury and Dr. Doom, and because of the the annoyingness of their special ones, like Nick Fury has all the hits and can also go unblockable, then the F's in chat node becomes like even more threatening against these characters, because if you fail a special 1, Nick Fury, you get like, you know, 4 or 5 stacks of F, and Dr. Doom, you could get like instantly 3 stacks of F there, or a lot more off the special 2. So yeah, Chapter 5, Nick Fury. I think Nick Fury would be a really interesting one because he's a little bit tricky to fight in the first phase, especially when you've got such a long fight and you need to manage those tactical charges a little bit more carefully there. But you also need to plan out the second phase well as well. What you could do is maybe like get him like very low, and then just like finish him off with basic attacks and then wait till he degenerates and like hold that prowess. But like especially in that second phase, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get off a 3 unique 4-hit combos, because every other fight you can just parry and then go into various forms of light combo there. So you're gonna have to like intercept with a light attack, or, you know, have some sort of strategy going into that second phase to get, what is it, the 1.52 million off Nick Fury. So yeah, I think that phase is going to be a little bit tricky, but obviously with skill and strategy you can overcome it, and the massive bonuses from Prowess and also the passive Fury as well. And then Chapter 6 would be Dr. Doom as the final boss. To be honest, even Nick Fury or Doom could be the final boss for this challenge. I think they both present their annoyances. So Dr. Doom, obviously you have the super fun shock, you've got the special 1 and the special 2 to evade as well. You also have to think about when you want to use your special attacks as well, because you can instantly recover from the aura. So there's that additional level of thought and strategy that does go into the Dr. Doom encounter as the final boss. But I think yeah, like this could be just such an enjoyable, such a fun challenge. And again, I just love the idea of like massive bosses that are just absolutely huge, but there is something that is working really in the favor of the player if they're playing in a bit of a unique, a bit of a quirky way, and providing them this massive bonus that's given them just crazy damage ramp up potential. So yeah, man, I think, you know, just some fun ideas I wanted to throw out there for a bit of a challenge that drafted yesterday evening, but I want to see kind of more content that instead of like punishing the player and, you know, forcing them to play in a certain way, instead rewards them for playing in a certain way. I think that is kind of the way forward to making more enjoyable content in this game, because there's just so much stuff in Act 6 that is just overly punishing, and I think if you just add all of this punishment criteria to the game, then it just kind of just makes it like really annoying to play, very unsatisfying. But instead of going for a punishment route, instead if you go for a design route that kind of rewards players for playing well and mixing up their playstyle, I think it just makes for much more satisfying and much more enjoyable content. And that's kind of the feeling that I got playing through the Abyss of Legends. Like, I just really enjoyed some of the fights, man, especially the Massacre fight as well. I thought that fight was going to be horrible, but that was one of my favorite fights with Nick Fury and Aegon. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And overall rewards as well for the completion, on top of the rewards per chapter, I've just kind of drafted in additional stuff like 2,500 6-star shards. Again, I'm just like spitballing here. Kabam, if they wanted to do this, can make the rewards whatever they want, but I think this is going to be a fairly decent challenge that does require, you know, some high-tier characters and also a good style of gameplay as well. So it'd be nice to see rewards that kind of meet that challenge. Maybe half a tier 5 basic, a few tier 2 alpha, 10 6-star sig stones, because we always need those. On top of that, 25-star sig stones and 500,000 gold. So I love kind of the classic challenge reward structure of you get like a load of shards, but also there's guaranteed resources as well. So it just guarantees that even if you get unlucky on like the 5-star, the 6-star stuff, you also get like some tier 2 alpha, 500,000 gold, sig stones, so that you actually have usable stuff that is going to benefit your roster there. So there's the overall rewards. So, you know, if Kabam do like this idea, they can make the rewards whatever they want, man. But I think that's a pretty good bundle for what I assume the challenge to be. But yeah, I think the main thing is I just wanted to put forward like a few little crazy ideas today, because I'd really like to see more of like these massive fights in Marvel Contest of Champions, but where we have some nodes that are working toward the player and benefiting them, because I think these kind of challenges are just where Kabam can have a lot more fun with the game, like on a monthly basis. So yeah, like I really miss the old challenges, man, like the Goldblum challenge and all the celebrity challenges that we had in the past. The content creator boss rush was also quite fun. I didn't really enjoy like some of the fights there, man, but some of the fights were quite good. I really enjoyed Dave's fight, the Invisible Woman fight. Those fights are really, really good. Cam's fight, I think the final Taskmaster was quite enjoyable as well. So yeah, I would like to see Kabam doing more fun challenges in the future and being a little bit more crazy with some of the stuff that they can do in Marvel Contest of Champions, because I think a challenge like this would just be like very, very different and quite enjoyable as well. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed me talking about this challenge that I made yesterday evening, sitting on my sofa watching Love Island and thinking about the Abyss of Legends. And if you did, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.